Hello, wage cucks, and welcome back to the NEET show. I am the NEET, and today, we have a very special guest with us. No, it's not the wage's wife, but I will neither confirm nor deny that she is currently under my desk giving me a blowjob. Instead, we have someone who loves to speak, especially when it comes to the economy. He agreed to share his opinions about wage slavery, feminism, and chicken tendies. Everyone, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Ben Shapiro.
Thank you, NEET. I'm happy to be here today.
Facts don't care about whether or not you're happy, Mr. Shapiro. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, we'd all love to hear about your thoughts on wage slavery.
Don't even get me started on that. A wagee needs to go through 13 years of mandatory education plus a minimum of 4 years of post-secondary education. Then you will have to attend 12 different networking events a week in the hope that you will find someone willing to pay you the minimum wage. What kind of person would fall for a meme like that?
Probably someone who thinks that sending angry tweets about Whoopi Goldberg is somehow the best way to make use of their time. But surely if there are this many wage cucks who have decided to waste their lives toiling for Mr. Schickelstein, it couldn't be all bad.
It's just propaganda being spread by the mainstream media. In reality, there is nothing beneficial that comes from spending 30 years of your life making someone else more wealthy, and that's if you survive to retirement. In the meantime, you will be depressed, you will suffer health issues, and your relationships will more than likely be damaged in the process. There is a direct negative correlation between lovemaking and how many hours per week you work, but I'm sure you would know all about that already. Speaking of which, how does his cum taste, Mrs. Wagee?
Mr. Shapiro, please, this is a family show. So what you are telling me is that you'll suffer both physically and psychologically by maintaining a full-time job, but isn't it worth it for all the money you'll be making?
Money? What would a wage slave know about money? The truth is, the ones who benefit financially from wage slavery are the slave owners. They try to talk people into lower wages due to increased competition, while they get monthly bonuses and higher salaries. The economy is becoming more and more global every day, which means that rather than paying you a living wage, they'll more than likely just outsource your position. Speaking of the economy, the middle class is continuing to disappear. Because technology has made most jobs obsolete, there are now twice as many people applying for the same positions. This drives down your expected salary, which can buy even less thanks to grandpa purchasing all the real estate in your neighborhood. Plus, let's not forget about student debt, which just continues to rise thanks again to the increased competition in the labor market.
Student debt is a very significant issue in America right now. Perhaps people should learn a trade instead?
The only thing a wagee will be trading is what little dignity he has left. People try to make trades seem like they were the best alternative to attending college, but I've learned something from speaking to these people. Don't. Trades are basically the new meme. In reality, the salaries are even lower than if you'd earned a college degree, and the work is much more severe. Most people in trades have a lower life expectancy, and the latter half of their life is spent physically crippled. Plus, they go into trades hoping to escape student debt, when in reality, they still have to go to a trade school, which can be just as expensive as a traditional education.
So far, being a wagee doesn't seem to make sense in any aspect. But what about the pride that comes from being a productive member of society?
Trust me, America could do with a little less pride, if you know what I mean. Why would someone be happy about helping a society that doesn't value their contributions? Men work an average of 41 hours per week, whereas women work on average 36 hours at the same job. Then they complain about a fictional wage gap, plus men are more likely to be victimized for sexual harassment or discrimination towards women, just for doing their job. Sorry, Deborah, but when someone asks you if you will be finished by 5, he isn't asking you on a date. He's asking you to contribute for once in your life.
Now, just to play devil's advocate, what separates the feminists who refuse to work and someone like a NEET?
The feminists in this scenario are using the current societal values to demand more for doing less. The difference is that a NEET is, by definition, drawn to things that are beneficial both to themselves as well as humanity. NEETs love to learn about important topics such as philosophy, math, and economics. Feminists read freaking Harry Potter and call themselves bookworms. A NEET exercises for no reason other than to improve the quality of his body. A feminist goes to the gym to share selfies on a dying platform. Most importantly, though, a NEET gives back, not to society, but to humanity in general. NEETs volunteer when needed. They give up their time to help others. If you need someone there for you, are you going to call the guy who's busy working? No, you are going to call the person who's always there when you need them.
But what if the NEET decides to spend the copious time at his disposal playing video games and watching lolly hentai?
Depends on what kind of chicken tendies he's eating. But honestly, even though being a NEET is ethically superior to being a wage slave, that shouldn't be your primary motivation. You should be a NEET because it's the smart thing to do. You should be a NEET because you value your time. And nobody can take that away from you.
You heard him, folks. I'll see you all next week. Oh, and before you go, remember to get plenty of sleep tonight. Wouldn't want your productivity to go down, especially when your boss has that new jet he's been eyeing. Tick-tock, wagee.